Welcome to the Gloria Show, where personal growth takes center stage. Founder and CEO of Personal Dynamics, Gloria Sloan, shares practical strategies to enrich your life, elevate your mindset, and empower your journey. As she reminds us, ultra-successful people never stop learning, reaching, and growing. Get ready for fresh insights and uplifting inspiration. Here's your host, Gloria Sloan.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Gloria Show. I am so excited about our guest today, and I do appreciate you taking the time to just tune in, to listen, or to view, because this is going to be an exciting and well-informed show. If you are looking to just really embrace fulfillment in a different way, if you just want to fill your whole body, soul, and mind in a way that you can just experience luxury of all the beauty that you have. Today, we're going to talk about living a yes life. And I am so excited to have a beautiful, wonderful guest, Eva Simone, who you're going to just love. She's got so much to talk about, just without negotiating your life about things. You know, you got to learn to live in the yes world when you need to. It's about commanding your desire. And, you know, we talk about those things on the Gloria Show, seizing opportunities and knowing how to get it, how to do it. She is going to share some good stuff that's going to help you out there to be able to embrace the luxury of living, to acquire what you want, to have what you want. You know, it's a way of fiercely trusting your intuition. And it's a willingness to take risk to align with your life. You know, it's creating the momentum. And Eva's going to take us on that journey. So please help me welcome my guest for today, Eva Simone.
Hello, everyone. I had a little technical difficulties there. I was on mute, but hello, I'm so grateful for this moment. I just want to clap for being a part of this mission. For women to step back into the essence and the beauty of who they are. I am Eva Simone, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about my story and how I became who I am. I've not always been this way. I am an expert in feminine intelligence, powerhouse embodiment, and the essence of a woman coming back to herself. But for me, as a CEO of Embodiment is Everything, I was one of these women for a long time who was, I'm strong. I can get it all done, and I can get it all done and check it off all the boxes and be all the things and pour my energy into things, but I became depleted, tired, frustrated, not feeling well, and far away from luxury. For me, luxury is a frame of mind. It is an energy in the body. And when it's in the body, then everything on the outside becomes the equivalent. It's a mirror of who you are then. I used to think that luxury was what I was supposed to have and get and all of those things, and that's a part of it. But when I aligned and embodied in a way that was powerful internally, I was able to say yes to things that align and hell no to things that didn't. So hello, I'm Eva Simone.
Welcome, 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 Eva. You know, I love the introduction, you know, like when you introduce and you talk about yourself. And when I read about it, you come out with high energy, the high frequency of energy, and you pronounce that so eloquently because that's who you are. And, you know, one of the things that I have long admired from day one is how we can really grow into being the feminine body that we are. It's not always something that just comes naturally with some people. And personal development will help get you there through different channels. But when you introduce who you are and what you do, it's so relevant because you express how you work with the visionary of a person, how they want to be. And so talk to us about how you really can take a person what when they want to go to another level of being involved with themselves, what are your methods that you want them to focus on harnessing the feminine energy, as you call it? You wake up and you embrace who you are in the morning. Talk to us about who you are, how you do that, and how you teach women to lead with the presence of who they are.
Oh, that's so beautiful. And I know this question very well. I lived the opposite of it for many years. Growing up strong, you have people in your lives that are strong and not really showing vulnerability like you think that you should understand it. And from that place, I learned to be very strong. I learned to move through my life without paying attention to me and making sure that everybody else was taken care of, but I was losing the essence of my own deliciousness. And in the beginning, when I first started to move out of that heavy masculine energy, I call it wounded masculine energy. And I want to go a little bit into that and how I saw it so clearly. I was working in New York City and I was in my head. When you're in heavy duty masculine energy, you're constantly thinking of the next thing. Not uncommon, it's just we have brains. But when you're thinking that much, you disconnect from your body. And I noticed that I'm numb. Like I don't feel anything really. And one day I was walking in New York City, I was on Broadway, and a lady is walking towards me. Gloria, she's walking and her body is beautiful and her essence, I could feel an energy from her that came to me. And I was like, what the heck? And I stopped in my tracks and I stared at her. And I'm thinking, what's going on here? Like, why is she floating by? And I'm over here falling apart. I'm like, I call it shit show university, and I hope I don't offend anyone with that. I'm over here in my head falling apart, and I don't feel like I'm connected to me. I don't say anything to her. She doesn't say anything to me. I just watched her. And time goes on, and Gloria, it hit me like a pound of bricks. Boom! And I was like, oh. When I was a little girl, I was light and airy and fun and all of the things. But as I became strong in the world, I shut that down because the world did not acknowledge the softness, especially from a woman that looks like my skin color. And I was like, heck no. So I thought about it and I was like, oh, I miss one side of me. I pushed you down so far and so deep that I didn't get a chance to connect to that. Because when I was a little girl, that part was closed off. And then I had to be strong. Be strong for my family. Be strong for the world. Be strong for people who needed me. But what about me? So in that moment, when that lady brought the energy of me up, I was mad.
Wow.
I was mad, Gloria. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, I can feel that because how many times, just in general, even now, probably you experience this, when someone crosses your path, when you see someone and the persona, the energy, it flows differently. And if you've ever had someone to like stare at you, I mean, really just look at you and it's obvious that they are looking at you and you're wondering, what do they see? And then if it's someone close enough to you, do you feel any energy from them? And I don't know about for you, but for me, it allows a wake up minute when that that feminine side of me, just like, you embrace that, because when you admire someone and when you feel the energy coming from someone, I truly believe that that's a sign of something. I mean, and your expression, when this lady was just past you, that was an experience that you felt. And then you were able to reach out and connect to the Eva that, okay, this is something for me. So that was the start of a transformation within yourself that gave you the energy. Is that what happened at that moment?
Well, it didn't happen immediately, the transformation. The awareness happened. But the transformation took some time because to open up to the true feminine, it requires courage because you are now leading from energy instead of just pushing through. And I was one of those women who could push. I could push that boat, girl. And this type of energy, you are embodying the desire, the goal, the whatever it is that you want intelligently through the body. And then from the body, there's an energetic field that really wraps around you that is different. And from there, time bends, the world bends, situations bends, and then you move forward. Before I was trying to bend it. Now it bends for me.
Wow. So help me with this.
Yeah.
A young woman is trying to find herself and to find her femininity, if I could say it like that, to embrace on it, to build on it. There are many factors, I'm sure, that one has to look at. You look at your physical body, your mental self. What things does that embodiment encounter and take that you have to really look at to develop in order to take yourself through this transformation? Because there may be someone out there listening to this show today who's saying, this sounds like something that I can use or that I need, but I need to examine. And first of all, like, how do I know? What is it about me? Those things that I would like to fix, upgrade. And if you follow the show, I'm always talking about investing, upgrading. And to me, this whole embodiment of bringing out yourself is a part of that. So what would one identify within themselves that could help them to realize this is an avenue that they really want to take?
Oh, that's so beautiful. Well, I want to first say that when a woman decides to embody the feminine, it could be at any age. It could be 90 years old, it could be 100, it could be 5 years old, 10 years old, whatever the person is saying that they're ready for. For me, it was the disconnect from my own essence. And that means what makes me unique? And if I am being myself, what am I being that is also connected to someone else? A lot of times, Gloria, we are living the equivalent of what our parents have said, what society has said, what a friend has said, and we don't even know our own essence of who we are because we don't trust ourselves. Because in the past, if you don't trust yourself, you're basing it on past information. Maybe you failed 10 times, but you got a lifetime to take that information and move yourself forward. So first, one of the things is finding out, what do you really want? What makes you beautiful and special? What makes you wake up in the morning? When I get up in the morning, I'm like, world, I'm coming in because I am in my body, opposed to being in someone else's body, in someone else's, their opinions and their thoughts. And when you line up to what you want, but Gloria, you have to, and I say that with presence, you have to really examine every thought you have. Like there was one time I was thinking, why do I put on my lipstick like that? Well, I've watched other people put on their lipstick like that. But what if I wanted to put on my lipstick with, I don't know, a beautiful brown outliner? But a lot of times we're afraid to take the risk because we're afraid of looking foolish. But the risk and the unknown is where we grow. And that growth is our next level. But Gloria, growth is uncomfortable. It doesn't feel good sometimes at all.
Yeah.
The brain is fighting, the old ways are fighting. Like I'm personally going through a huge up leveling. Gloria, my brain was like, no, we're not. We can't hold that. No, we're not. We can't hold that. And I go through all of these upgrades personally. So when my clients come to me, I'm like, I know where you're at. I know it doesn't feel good. I know it feels like your stomach is churning. I know you feel like you want to crawl instead of shine bright. But if you sit in that power, because the feelings that you're going through is really the upgrade, but we shut it off because we don't know that it's going to turn out beautiful on the other side.
And we're afraid of it. And, you know, and I like the thing when you talk about looking in the mirror, because I say to people all the time, you know, in the morning, when you get up and you look into the mirror and you love yourself. And again, you're looking in the mirror and you're looking, what do I need to upgrade or fix today? And, you know, you're talking about the lipstick, or it could be the hair. And have you ever noticed about people that sometimes people will focus on what they know how to focus best on? Sometimes it's hair. Okay. There are people who they spend a lot of time on hair, whether it's theirs or whatever, but it's it's hair. Then for some people, it is makeup. I mean, you know, really it's makeup, how they look. Or some people, it's their nails. And then again, it's how they dress. I think identity, you know, with what people feel when they get up in the morning and look at themselves. And so when you dress yourself and you say, I love myself, I love what I have on, I love my makeup, I love my hair, it could be glasses, and you're going to trust that look.
Yes.
Am I right? You're going to trust it. You know, you're going to walk out and people are going to say, oh, you have a new look you have a new air about you. What did you do to yourself? You know, people are guessing. But again, you're taking the risk of upgrading, and that's not easy for everybody to upgrade to. You know, I talk about it all the time, investing to upgrade, to become a better version of who you want to be. But it's not easy. People struggle with that. Now you help people to get through those struggles, don't you?
Yes, I do. And I would go a little further and say it's frequency. It's an energetic frequency, an energetic blueprint that meets the world before you say a word. When I came onto your show, before I said anything, I embodied a frequency. You got to determine whatever that was through your own lens. But when a woman comes in, her frequency is showing up. And for me, I had to learn how to hold my frequency regardless of what was going on around me. And that's the hard part. As I was saying earlier about the brain, the mind, old programs will take you down. Will take you down, Gloria. And I help women to recognize, oh, I can change that. Oh, I don't have to keep saying the same thing, doing the same thing, and expecting the same results. A lot of times we can't hold the frequency because we're afraid that someone's going to say, I know you, Gloria. I remember when you were in third grade. And that person was also in third grade. And so does the other person. Everyone has a story. It's the human experience. And so I help a person to recognize nobody's going to graduate from the human experience. Sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's messy, but the key is your frequency. What do you want to embody? Do you want to be stuck in your third grade place? I had no idea, Gloria, that I was stuck in fourth grade for years as an adult.
Wow. As an adult. Wow.
As an adult, still holding on to the same wounds of fourth grade. And when I had enough space to really look at life, and I'm thinking, wait, that's fourth grade. I got to upgrade that.
I get it. And I can see that. I'm just trying to wrap my head around. We all have grown, we've upgraded, we've done things, but there may be someone saying, okay, yeah, I've got that third, fourth grade things going on with me now. How do I step out? How do I get embodied? How do I make this change? What do I do? Is this a physical change? Do I do something differently? If I'm a young woman, what do I do? Is it a mental thing? And do you help them to identify with what it is that they want to change to upgrade?
Yes, it's all of the above. Number one, I have psychology degrees, but I'm no psychologist, I'm no psychiatrist. So I always tell the client, you need extra things that are deeper. I offer you this thing and the other. But for the embodiment piece, the body, it tells you everything. You are going for the job interview and you have a board meeting and you get nervous immediately and you're like, oh, that's a sign. That's a sign that the body is saying, we're scared. No, Eva, we don't want to do something that we don't know anything about. I tell people as soon as you feel that feeling, that's the wound or the fear of whenever you decided to take that thing on in your body. It is beautiful information for you to say, now what is this telling me? And what is the quantum action that I can do right now to change it? I'll give you one. When I get that feeling, because it never goes away from you, you just get through it a little quicker because you know what's happening. When I get the feeling, I'm like, okay, little Eva, I know that's you. I know what's going on. We are not in fourth grade now. We have the tools. And then I hold my body. I hold my chest. And I say, we're safe. This is just a nervous system glitch. And we breathe into it. And we allow the body to settle down, to land. When we get that feeling in our tummy, Gloria, it's just the body just went fragmented. Our nervous system just went, whoa! When we hold the space and we touch the sensory and our body, we can feel our bodies. When you're numb, Gloria, you can't feel anything. You're just moving forward. But when you can feel, you can calm your body down, drop your shoulders, loosen your jaws, unclench your tummy and say, we're safe. We're sitting on a chair. That was just a feeling. And feeling is just energy. And that's energy that we can move and give it a name. I'm scared. I'm uncomfortable. But I have the ability to release this. Sometimes I have women to shake it out, to move, to jump, to get it out of the body because it's just energy stuck. And once we move the energy, we move on. So we don't get stuck there. When we're in hustle energy and wounded masculine energy, it gets stuck. It stays stuck in the body.
That is so correct. And I like the bouncing and the jumping. I attended a retreat and learned more about the bouncing and the shaking and doing it. It's kind of like, it's not yoga, it's a different thing, but to know how to do that when you are stuck. And I believe in those gut feelings, when you get those gut feelings in your gut, and it could come at any time when you're about to do something, and it does help you. Now, when we're talking about the luxury, I like the way you talk about luxury. Those of us who love luxury, it's the luxury of how we begin to feel about who we are. And what I'd like to do is maybe let's take a break and come back and talk about the luxury embodiment, because I think that's very important, how women can use some help sometime to know that you can live a luxurious life within yourself. It's not all about the riches and the golds and the glitter. It's the embodiment.
Yes.
that helps
Yes.
us to know that we can live a luxurious life within our own. So we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, Eva, I want you to talk about getting to the point where we feel more luxurious about who we are. Let's take a
I'm
quick
here for it.
Have you tuned
stay.
in to the hottest personal development podcast streamed live every other Tuesday by the incredible Gloria Sloan? If you're ready to grow, elevate, and upgrade your life, then the Gloria Show is your ticket to success. Gloria believes ultra-successful people never stop reaching for new heights, learning new skills, and finding true fulfillment. If you are looking for a fresh, informed perspective on life, the Gloria Show is here to lift your spirits and tackle the challenges standing in the way of your success. Join Gloria bi-weekly as she brings her energy, insight, and over 3 decades of experience in business management and personal growth to help you unleash your power and transform your life. From personal development and career transitions to self-improvement and leadership, Gloria covers it all with practical advice and powerful resources. Laugh, cry, and be inspired as you learn how to elevate yourself to new heights. Whether you're looking to become healthier, happier, or more skillful, Gloria's got you covered, so why wait? Tune in to The Gloria Show every other Tuesday at 2 p.m. Eastern and start your journey to becoming the best version of you. Don't miss out on the ultimate guide to personal and professional growth. Listen bi-weekly and let Gloria Sloan help you upgrade your life.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Gloria Show. I am here with my guest today, Eva Simone, who is the high frequency feminine mentor and coach specializing in divine business and embodiment. And just before we took a break, we were talking about luxury, embodiment, and how we can feel and be luxurious. I just love the word luxury. For me, it just kind of like, it just sounds rich to me. It does. And I like the way you express it and you talk about it in your book, and we're going to get to that in a minute. But even on your website, everything you do, you bring out the knowledge of knowing how to feel and be luxurious. We are luxury, and we can have luxury within ourselves. We are, aren't we?
Yes.
I love it.
Yes. Gloria, thank you again. I do want to talk about that because a lot of people become embarrassed when you say luxury or wealth or richness.
Mm-hmm.
And it's almost taboo at times to even say that you are it. But let's stop that today. Let's say heck no to that. For me, if luxury isn't in the body, it's a fleeting experience. And what I mean by that is, if we're constantly looking on the outside, now granted, I love my handbags, I love luxury cars, I love luxury places, I love all the things luxury. But as soon as that is over, it's over.
Yeah.
But if you embody it on the inside, how you feel, how you show up for yourself, you should be so self-possessed in your rituals of who you are as a woman that the luxury becomes now an extension. These flowers behind me are beautiful. They're luxurious. They give me an essence, but they're not who I am. They're an extension of who I am. I'm the main course. They're the side dishes. And a lot of times we see the thing as the main course and we are the condiment. And I'm like, no. Because if you allow yourself to be the side dish or the condiment, and I've been the side dish and the condiment, so I know all about it, you miss out and someone can take it from you immediately. When it's embodied, the feeling of luxury, what does that look like, Gloria? That looks like when you wake up in the morning, before you touch the phone, you are feeling the energy flowing through your body of you waking up and the earth is orbiting and we didn't fall out of the sky, Gloria. That's number one. And if you're believing in a higher power, you decide how you present to that. But for me, luxury starts off as soon as I open my eyes.
Mm-hmm.
From there, it's how I show up in the bathroom. Gloria, I'm in the bathroom and I'm enjoying the experience of candles lit, flowers in there, my beautiful music. I love bossa nova playing, all of this richness that is an extension of my essence. And
I love it.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
I'm just saying, I love it because you see my flowers in the back, I'm a rose, and that's, I get it. I get it and I feel it. And in the bathroom, the same way with the candles. But, we can live the luxury within our own embodiment, and anything else, like you say, is a side dish. But, we have to feel that we are luxury. We have to feel that. And you have to know that. You have to wake up in the morning and you have to say, yes, yes. Am I right? You have to say,
my gosh.
Yes. And that's what we're talking about, living a yes life. When you wake up in the morning and it's yes, yes, yes to who you are, not necessarily yes, 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 that I'm going to do what everybody tells me to do and wants me to do. It's yes to you, the person. And that's really what we're trying to help people with today, is that when you wake up with a yes mentality, a yes attitude, it's all about you. Yeah. When you're looking in the mirror, you don't see anybody there but yourself. It's all about you. And at that point, you are yes to the luxury and the luxurious person that you are. And if you want to be a feminine woman that brings out your own self, you got all the rights to do that. And that's one of the things I just try to help people understand. You have the right to say yes to who you are, to who you are. Am I right, Eva?
Oh, absolutely.
Don't
Recently,
say yes. Tell me with that. Help me with how can we let people know they can say yes?
Well, first of all, you have to give yourself permission.
Yeah.
We don't give ourselves permission. We're waiting to be chosen. We're waiting for someone to say, oh, there's Eva over there. That's not me, Gloria. I'm here. I chose this moment. This moment right here is the most important moment of my life because it's new. And I won't waste it being in no all day long unless that no is necessary. Then that's another thing. But for the yes part, you have to give yourself permission. I'll go a little deeper. Recently, I recognize, I'm like, Eva, you're in a waiting, holding pattern. And why are you in a holding pattern? Like, you have to put yourself, Gloria, on the pedestal, on the stage with the bright lights and saying, what are you waiting for? I recognize that I needed my own permission for a thing. So in all categories of life, you have to give yourself permission for the thing. Like I wanted to go to the Grand Canyon. I wanted to go to Sedona. And I'm going right now. I'm going to book the flight and I'm going to go. But I was waiting. Should I do it now? Should I not? Da, 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 da. And I'm like, what are you waiting for? And it is needing that permission from myself to say, because a lot of people get stuck in, do I have enough money? Do I have enough time? Do I have enough? Do I have enough? Not enough, not enough, not enough, not enough. And that not enough energy is what destroys your yes. I challenge every person to have a yes with everything. When you go in the refrigerator, you want coconut water or you want water? Your body's going to tell you what it wants. It's going to say water or coconut water. That is your yes. We get stuck in, well, if I don't have the coconut water right now, should I have the other water later? We get stuck in the flip-flopping and the yo-yoing of our decision. If you make the decision for the coconut water now, you can get the regular water later. We stay in the energy of lack, not thinking that if I make this one choice, then I can never get that other thing. You can get the coconut water and the water. And that is the yes of living.
The yes of living, because that when you can, I put it like, when you know how to negotiate as well as know how to compromise with your own self and your own well-being. And we have to learn that. And again, I think that helps with the permission to do something. You know, there's some things that you may say that are just non-negotiable in terms of yourself, but then there the things that are, those are the things that we're more likely to be able to change, to give ourselves the yes permission to do. And sometimes it requires thinking about it. And I do believe that sometimes we do have to have some thought about the change or what we want to do. Again, whether it's water or coconut water or you know, almond milk or regular milk. I mean, we have to be able to make those decisions, but we have to be able to give ourselves permission, like you say, to say yes, because sometimes there is that fear of saying yes. There's the fear of giving ourselves permission because, yeah, you know, they're just what we're going to have to face, the challenges, and you help individuals, you help people with those. I know you do a number of different things just listed on your website, but I want you to talk about your book. And I know that your book is on your website, but pull that book out. I want people to see that book and the name of it. Express the name of it. The honey.
It's called Honey in Her Bones, The Pathway to a Delicious Life. This book and the title, the illustration came to me one night out of the blue. I'd gone to sleep and it woke me up. The thing, I call it the muse, woke me up and it woke me up out of my sleep and said, this is the name of the book. I want you to be the person who it comes through, and here is how I want it to look. And it's really interesting. The body is a honeycomb. We have grass or on the sides, and we have the earth on this side. Every body has honey in their bones, but our minds will really take the honey out of it. And this is my journey of coming back home to the honey in my bones. It's a small portion of my life, but it talks about you really letting go of the story that you're holding on to for years. And it's a beautiful, beautiful unfolding. I'm going to give you some of the chapters so your readers can kind of think about this. Chapter 1, Scarcity in Her Bones. The wound was never the whole story. The inherited hardness. Chapter 2, the burnt offering. Chapter 3, silence was my shield. And it goes on. I want to give it all to you. But I want to talk about the burnt offering, how that is not a yes life. The burnt offering is the energy of constantly telling people your story. Oh, you know what happened to me? Oh, you know what that person said about me? Oh, you know. And it's human nature for people to want to hear, I call it the dirty gossip, because it feeds their soul. And when you're not holding yourself accountable and you're constantly giving your power away by being in the burnt offering, I was in the burnt offering, you don't get to your honey. And you got to let go of the burnt offering to be delicious, my friend.
I love that, the part with to be delicious, to see. I love that when you talk about how to be delicious with it, you know, because when we see ourselves like that, you know, I just love the way you express that. And in that book, you talk about the different avenues in terms of how you get to that point. And I just believe that when an individual, when you see yourself for who you are and you're accepting that, number one, you're luxurious. You can be living luxury, and number two, you are delicious. We're just, and you know, I know that, and hey, I'm taking that from your script. You know, being delicious. You know, how anybody looks at it, whether they're looking at how you look delicious, you taste it. Hey, whatever works for you.
whatever.
Hey,
my delicious is mine.
If you're delicious, you are delicious. And you know, and until we look at our own bodies ourselves, and if you look delicious, you talk delicious, you walk delicious, I'm just saying that for a woman, when you're looking at yourself, and if that's how you want people to see you, then there are things that you automatically learn over a period of time to upgrade to get to that level. Because you've got somebody out there saying, whoa, I'm not there yet. I'm just, like I'm past the plain Jane thing, but I'm just not ready to upgrade to where I feel myself being delicious. Well, I'm going to tell you, the older you get and the more you embrace it, and you just gonna love being delicious. Take
Yes.
it from experience, because when you can
Yes.
live it and love it, and then it's a gift of wisdom that you can pass on to
Yes.
others in terms of how they can get there, how they can do that. And you express that in the programs that you offer and the things
Yes.
you talk about on your website. So before you leave, I want you to just give us some pointers on it, direct us to your website, and talk
Yes.
about how the embodiment process works, and some direction in terms of how the listeners and the audience can go to you to become more of that person in their own body that they want to be.
Oh, that's so beautiful. And I'm rooting for every person who's saying yes, who's waking up and saying, yeah, I'm tired of this old life. I want something different. I'm rooting for that person, because it takes courage, number one. Because when you start to shift your consciousness, you can't take everybody with you. And that's the hardest part. But when you embody it for yourself, people get to see what's possible. So the work that I do, I lead by the example. And what that means is I take what life offers me, no matter if it's moments where it's difficult or where it's going smooth sailing. Everything is a gift. And what I teach women is to alchemize everything. We haven't been taught to alchemize. And alchemize in this situation is everything you touch turns to gold. Everything you touch, the bad, the good, the ugly, the beauty of being a human. The embodiment piece is knowing that everything that you've experienced is a ticket of you being alive. But you get gold bars through our work when you take the thing that is the most difficult for you and you turn it into something so beautiful, so magnetic, so wonderful, so luxurious, so delicious, that you're saying, why wouldn't I not say yes to life? If I can take everything and turn it into something beautiful, life is mine. Life is mine. So, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just saying, I'm getting so excited about that, because you help them and you teach them how to turn what they touch into gold, and to realize that that's the luxury of living in the life process of upgrading, and that you can touch it and turn it. I think that is absolutely amazing and wonderful. And this is a program that you help. And I don't want to call it a transformation, it's a process. But on the other side, when you have individuals and people who have gone through this program, I mean, give me a success story, like a
Yes.
whole new person, right?
Yes. I call it the feminine tour or the feminine voyage, where I'll give you an example. Recently, someone was moving to a new city and they were really nervous about leaving their city. And I can't say people's names, but can work for any person. And everything they thought about was their past experience, how they were afraid, how they couldn't meet any friends, how life was difficult, and all of the things. And I said, but what if it wasn't going to be that way? And they were like, what do you mean? I said, what if you can take that situation and turn it into the most amazing experience that you can by up-leveling how you see life, and then combining it with the body, and then moving forward. And they were like, I don't understand. I said, yeah, you gotta feel it in the body of being excited about these new unknowns so that the brain can come aboard. The brain is going to tell you, remember what happened when you tried to do that thing? You know that you lost a lot of money with that. Oh, you know what happened the other time. Oh, you know. And you're in your body going, oh, I remember. And then you become stuck. You become stuck. I teach people how to cross the bridge and move forward through moving that stuck energy in the body, dancing, shaking, talking, having new scripts on what to tell the brain, because the brain is waiting on your cue. But people don't know that the brain is waiting for that.
Right. That's true. The brain operates differently. Now, is this a step by step in stages? Does it take, people do this on their own time frame? I know they can go and get a lot of this information on your website, and you do offer a complimentary call to those who are interested in the particular program. But, it could be someone is saying, I'd really like to get this information. So let's share where they can go to find it. And at that point, during the complimentary session, you can, the discovery call, if you will, you can help them to determine if this program, number one, is a good match, or if they're ready for it. And you have to be willing to invest, to upgrade, to grow.
Totally.
I say it all the time, to become a better self, to find the luxury in your life.
Yes,
and to be able to say yes to the things that you want to say yes to. So these are things that you help individuals with through the programs that you offer, and share with the audience the website and where they can go to find this.
Oh, yes. And you're right, you have to invest. I'm investing daily for my upgrades. We're on embodimentisEverything.com, and you can see with my name there, Embodiment is Everything. I have something that's called the Luxe Feminine Formula. And the Luxe Feminine Formula, there are codes that I've used and I continue to use for my own upgrade, where I'm landed in my body, that I can walk in the room and don't say a word and the energy shifts. So I share all these beautiful codes on the Luxe Feminine Formula. I have coaching packages where we have the self-love journey. We have Ultra Refine, where I'm working with people for 12 months, 3 months, 1 hour. So there are many opportunities that you can come on and have me. But the discovery call for some of these, my coaching packages, are really important, because you get to see, number one, if our energies align. Some people's energies immediately come and connect with me, and other people are saying, not yet. And that is just as accurate as the person who says yes. So even in that moment, you're getting a code from me, connecting in that way. But the Luxe Feminine Formula is self-study. You can take it at your own time and go through, it's 6 weeks transmissions of me talking and sharing all this yummy information. And I talk, but you feel it in your body. I send these codes straight to your body, that when you leave week 1, you're going to be thinking, oh, I'm the best person on this planet.
Wow. I love it. That is just great. Eva, thank you so much for coming on the Gloria Show. You have given us a lot to think about and a lot to incorporate. And you've just really enhanced the things that we talk about on the show, about how you can invest in yourself to upgrade and to become a better version, but also the person that you want to become. And we do have to make those investments. So, my message to someone out there who is listening to the show is that if you want that, we're bringing opportunities on this show and sharing information that makes it a way for you to get into the opportunities of expanding your growth, I call it. You can expand, you can invest, you can upgrade to another luxurious, delicious level. I'm using
Yes.
your words, luxurious and delicious. Eva, thank you. Thank you so much for being on the Gloria Show. And I hope that you will come back to see us again with some more good stuff on how we can maintain this luxurious feminine embodiment, once we get there, because I do know on the backside and the other side, as they progress to the advanced programs that you have, it's maintaining and
Oh,
keeping
yeah.
it. Oh yeah, once we get it, we got to keep it going. So perhaps there's another time when you can come back and give us a part two of maintaining what we've upgraded and maintaining what we've worked so hard to have to
Yes.
be that beautiful embodiment. Thank you so very much. And until next time, you
Thank
come
you.
back to see us again.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much, Gloria.
You're
Thank you.
welcome.
Are you growing in the direction of your aspirations? Did you know your life's journey is shaped by the choices you make today? Now is the time to invest in yourself to grow, elevate, and upgrade your life. In Life Skills for the Journey, Gloria Sloan offers a transformational guide to unlocking your full potential. Blending practical tools, inspirational wisdom, and proven life skills, this book empowers you to take control of your future with confidence and clarity. From decision-making to self-discovery, from vision to action, this book is your blueprint for personal growth. And now, you can go deeper with the Life Skills for the Journey Companion Workbook, a powerful tool filled with practical exercises, reflective prompts, and engaging challenges designed to help you apply these principles to your own life. Your personal development is your life. It's your evolution. Take the next steps in becoming the best version of yourself. Your journey starts now. With Life Skills for the Journey and its companion workbook, it's time to invest in yourself and lead the life you were meant to live. Available now on Amazon.
Thank you so much for joining me today. And we just had an amazing guest, Eva Simone, talking about living a yes life. But now I want to tell you that next Tuesday, the Tuesday after next week, when we will have another amazing guest who's going to come in recognition of Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Her name is Dorchelle Spence. And she's a breast cancer survivor with an amazing book with some good information. So we want to recognize this month as Breast Cancer Awareness and have her on the show to talk about her journey and all that she has come through. And it's a great opportunity to recognize Breast Cancer Awareness Month. But before I go, I want to ask you, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the Gloria Show on all your social media outlets, YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram. Please like, share, subscribe, and follow me, because this is your opportunity to gain real good information on so many different ways that you can evolve, that you can invest, that you can grow, and that you can elevate. Because as we always say here on the Gloria Show, ultra successful people never stop reaching for new heights, never stop looking for opportunities to embrace and to grow. And this is everyone, men and women all over. Yes, we do put a lot of emphasis on women because, yeah, we have had the struggles of trying to get to where we are. But in the whole walks of life, there's so many things that we can share to help people, to build, to grow, to upgrade. Get a copy of Life Skills for the Journey and the companion workbook, and tune in and join me every other Tuesday for more ways that you can grow, upgrade, and elevate your life. Thank you so very much for being with me today. And until next Tuesday after next, I look forward to seeing and sharing with you again. Goodbye for now.
You've been listening to The Gloria Show. Be sure to check out www.gloriasloan.com for more tools, strategies, and inspiration. And don't forget to connect with Gloria on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram. Until next time, stay inspired, stay motivated, and keep moving toward your best self.